All right, in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about picking notes out of a chord and the different things you can do with that. But when you're starting out, this can be daunting. So what I'm going to do today is just really do something really basic. We're going to take any chord you want. I'm going to pick an E minor because most people feel the E minor is probably the easiest chord there is. So I'm going to take an E minor chord, and I'm going to do a picking pattern with my right hand. Nothing's going to change with my left hand. There's nothing different here. I'm going to hold this E minor chord. I'm not going to move it, and hopefully you'll see that in the screen. With this hand, though, with my right hand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pattern of just playing down 3 strings, starting from the 6th string down, and then I'm going to come up 3 strings starting from the 1st string. This is going to give us that waltz feel, that 6/8 1 2 3 1 2 3 or 1 2 3 4. You see my left hand's still just making an E minor. Nothing's changed, right? So the idea here is trying to get comfortable with the right hand enough that you can change strings and then pick through the chord and listen to the quality of the chord you're playing, which is actually kind of a secondary beauty of this exercise, is that if you're not playing the chord correctly, you're going to really hear it. If you have anything that sounds like, right, those sounds or those sounds, you'll hear that, and hopefully you can rectify it by adding more pressure or readjusting your finger placement within the fret. So this is a good way to do, a chord test. What I call a chord test for any chord is just playing a chord. Let's say it's a G chord, and you can go. All right. So I get a lot of questions saying, do you have to pick it a certain way? A little bit advanced. We can discuss that another time. What I'm doing for today's idea is just going downs when I'm heading down the strings, and then on my way up, I'm actually picking up. Could I do this? Could I go down, 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 down? I could, depending on the song, depending on the speed of the song, what I'm trying to do. Like when you get this playing fast, right? One way might feel better than the other. It really depends on what works for your hands. So I'd experiment both ways. When you get comfortable with that, you can, again, take any chord, maybe do in groups of 4. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? It's another way of kind of starting with the idea of picking individual strings from a chord, which you hear in so many tunes. There's so many songs where you'll have that type of idea, and all it is a pattern is being developed with your right hand, but you're just holding the chord down. And obviously there's variations of that, but for now we're just going to work on just playing straight down, straight up in either groups of 3s or groups of 4s. That should cover most of the time signature stuff that you might encounter in a song. All right. So you can also, as you get comfortable with that, do a strum 2, 3, 4, strum 1, 2, 3. You can do so many variations of this idea. But what you're going to find from picking the notes is that you're going to hear the clarity of each chord you're playing, whether or not you're fretting it properly, and you're also going to find out whether your right hand has the dexterity to be able to switch strings nicely and glide across from one string to the other. The other thing you'll find is that if you're holding your pick and you've got your too much pick hanging out, right, what happens is the pick now has to bunny hop over each string. What you'll find what a lot of advanced players do is they actually choke up on the pick like a baseball bat. So like when I'm playing with my guitar pick, I don't have much pick laying out, right? It's so close that I can almost feel each string touching my thumb or the tips of my fingers because I'm that close to the string because I've choked up on the pick a lot. So it might be something else you experiment with during the course of this sort of exercise. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon.